back to another episode of Two Step Violin. Today we're playing a game called Who is the Asslock? What?
Ashlock.
Is it German?
I think so. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding, Germans.
Is that word like YouTube friendly? Who is the a-hole?
Who is friendly anymore?
Hole. Get it? Because that was an A. Point of this game is take turns and we're gonna ask some hypothetical scenarios or questions.
Yep.
After reading each of these scenarios, we're going to vote who in this situation is the a-hole. Based on this question, we'll be able to see just what kind of immoralistic, horrible human a-holes we are. Just kidding, by the way. I have very high morals. There's a Chinese saying that says, 学音乐的孩子不会变坏, which means if you practice music, you won't be a bad person.
Exactly.
So let's see if that's true.
Brett got lazy this week and didn't practice his part before going to his high school's orchestra rehearsals. The conductor notices Brett making the same mistakes throughout each rehearsal and gets impatient.
Why'd you keep making the same mistake, bro?
On the third rehearsal that week, he calls Brett out in front of the whole orchestra, gets him to stand up and reprimands him as the rest of the students watch him cry. Who's the a-hole?
Dude, isn't that like that Korean
Drama
where the conductor is like, and then she starts crying from everyone?
네가 지휘자야? 꼴찌를 하지 말든가!
Okay.
This is very relatable to all musicians out
Yeah,
there.
I
It
think.
depends on context, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
I know who I'm gonna say.
Three, two, one. Conductor.
Brett's the asshole.
I go conductor.
Oh, you think the conductor's the asshole?
I think so. Only because of high school situation. Because high school kids young, they don't know anything.
It's 17.
No,
bro.
I think the orchestra needs to call him out.
Yeah.
The conductor needs to call him out. But to make him cry is pushing him too much.
Okay, but he didn't practice.
Yeah, he's still sucks.
And if you don't practice, you've already violated rule number 1 of Ling Ling.
Then you get punished by Ling Ling anyway.
To be fair, you don't know what he said to make him cry. Maybe the conductor said, can you stand up and play a part, and you just start crying. Versus the conductor is like, you're worthless,
Yeah.
never
Okay,
gonna be a prodigy, and then
Yeah,
then
so
that's obviously too
contextually,
far.
I don't know then. I assumed the conductor was gonna rip into him.
Which he might have.
He might have. But if Brett and D just cry on the spot, it's like, Brett, you're a little piece of like.
Yeah, see, not enough information about what the
okay.
conductor said. But what we do know is that you showed up for 3 rehearsals and kept making the same mistakes, letting the whole team down without practicing.
Yeah.
Brett, you're a role model to 3 million subscribers and you didn't practice.
Okay, then Brett's the asshole here then.
I'm kind of just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
In real life, I would never yell at us anyone.
In real life, if the conductor, assuming yells at the student,
Yeah.
and then there's an age group, that's why the conductor's the asshole.
But I also noticed though, it depends on what culture you're in.
That's
I've
true.
talked to people in Asian orchestras and Asian schools. Their ideology is like you do discipline the kid.
Yes, but
But then in Australian culture, it's like you don't do that.
yeah. So guys,
So it also depends.
it also depends on which cultural situation. So there's flaws to this question.
But one thing that isn't dependent is you should practice. So go practice.
Stop letting the whole world down. You gotta practice, make the world a better place.
Right now, let me tell you something. If you haven't practiced today for at least 30 minutes, you must hit the subscribe button, accent that bell button.
I was gonna say 3 hours at least.
If you haven't practiced for at least 37 hours. Alright, next.
Eddie is constantly late to quartet rehearsal.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it's so attacking. These questions are so attacking.
Tag me like
Yeah,
that.
I know.
I'm working on it. I'm very bad with punctuality.
Sometimes he can arrive up to an hour late. The rest of the quartet have had enough and decided to pull a prank on him to teach him a lesson. They gave Eddie the wrong date for their quartet gig, and when he turned up for the venue, he waited for an hour before the rest of the quartet finally told him it was a prank. Eddie was furious. Who's the a-hole? Oh!
Okay, I know who's the a-hole. Eddie's never the a-hole.
Oh yeah.
Can't be Eddie, right?
yeah. I think I've decided.
Alright, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. The other
Quartet,
members
yeah,
of the
I
quartet.
think so.
I'll tell you what, I think Eddie's an idiot for not checking the gig date
And
himself.
yeah, so he should have
the
just
gig
checked first, and that wouldn't be a problem.
But I think the quartet are a-holes for lying to him.
Where the intention came from,
It's one of revenge.
they're not going to solve the problem by just doing that.
Can I say they're both a-holes though? Because to be honest, 1 hour late is pretty bad. Like even
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
not
okay,
even
even 1 hour late is pretty bad.
Actually, no. I'm kidding.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes. Okay, sometimes. Okay.
Next, Brett has a piano recital the next day and he's desperately looking for a practice room in the school to rehearse on a grand piano. I think I know where this is going. This is actually something that happens a lot. He stumbles across a practice room that's been booked by a violinist who isn't using the grand piano. Brett asks the person if he's willing to swap out to another room so he can use the piano, but the person refuses. Who's the a-hole?
Oh, I know who's the a-hole.
That's easy.
That's so easy. It's clearly Brett.
What?
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No, clearly it's the
It's a
violinist.
violinist, yeah. Like,
you don't need
yeah,
the piano.
look, Brett should have booked it, but like, it shouldn't have been a problem if the violinist is a decent person, as everyone should be in this world.
If you're a violinist, the best thing you can do is befriend pianists
Yes.
at your uni. Cause then when you need an accompanist or collaborative pianist, this person that you refuse to give the room to ain't helping ya.
It's a struggle to find good pianists to play with. So there might be the great pianist that could be the partner of your life for the conservatory.
Or they could be friends to the other pianist. They'll tell the pianist how much of an a-hole you
and
are.
you're just a violinist, just get another practice room.
I used to practice outside.
I practice outside too.
Yeah, I practice in the stairwell.
I know the stairwell.
that one, right?
Super boomy.
Yeah.
It's like boom, boom, boom.
Alright, next one, I'll say this one. Brett and Edwina's anniversary. Who wrote these?
Oh
man?
my god.
Brett and Edwina's anniversary fall on the same day as Brett's orchestra rehearsal. Edwina wants Brett to take her to a nice meal to celebrate the anniversary, but Brett insists on attending the rehearsal because it's the last rehearsal before the concert and he thinks it's an important show. Edwina's angry and threatens to break up with Brett if he doesn't skip the rehearsal.
It's pretty obvious, guys. Do you know? I'm just gonna let them. You guys think about it this week. Let's just have 10 seconds. If you get the wrong answer, then I think you need to practice more. And if you get the right answer, you still need to practice more.
So clearly the correct answer is that Brett is an a-hole.
Yeah,
because-
Brett's so dismissive of Edwina's feelings.
Yeah, he should definitely give up all his career opportunities
Yes.
for the sake of going to a dinner.
Edwina obviously thinks she's a lot more important than everyone else in that rehearsal. Brett won't look bad, actually, if Brett just skips it once.
Brett should also just like drop out of university.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
a bit.
and then maybe screw up the concert. It's okay,
Yeah.
okay, because you did it for the anniversary.
Guys, we're obviously kidding. Remember this mantra. I wonder like bros were with like music before like Debussy before the
Rehearsal before.
editor come up with the rhyme and
Yeah.
just put it here.
Anyway, next one. Eddie is watching an orchestra concert. There's a mother with a kid sitting beside him. The kid starts talking and whining during the concert, and Eddie turns around to scold the kid. The mother scolds Eddie for scolding her kid. Who's an a-hole? Oh!
So I'm getting like PTSD of all the times babies cry on an airplane,
Yeah.
like an international flight,
Yeah.
when I'm trying to sleep before my concert touring.
It all really depends on how it's
How the
done.
interaction.
How the interaction. Look, like both Eddie and the mother used scold.
That's true.
So,
I think Eddie's the a-hole then.
yes, me too.
Yeah.
Just because Eddie should have contained and then realized that, hey, it's just a kid. You can't expect the kid to know the situation, right?
Yep.
I mean, mum could have done a better job to prepare the kid and kind of foresee this coming. But
Well, you should have just asked nicely to the kid to shut up.
Yeah.
Or told the mum to tell her kid to
hey,
shut
is
up.
it okay for your kid to just shut up? No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
But scolding,
Too
nah, it's not cool, man.
Yeah, little kids don't need to be scolded.
I don't think I've scolded a person in my life. Alright, anyway.
Brett's family is not doing financially well. His mum had just lost her job. His dad is begging him to quit his job as a gig musician to search for a job with higher pay so he can help support the family. Brett refuses, saying he enjoys his job and doesn't want to give up his passion. Who's the a-hole? Oh!
Oh, that's a tough one.
Depends on what Brett refuses. Like, is Brett refusing not supporting the family? Or Brett's refusing to give up the passion? Maybe his passion can get him a higher pay.
I don't think any of them are the assholes.
Yeah, so it's like-
It depends on the context.
Yeah, again.
But so we have to vote.
If I had to vote, I'll probably vote, yeah, Brett, you disrespect family.
The mom's the a-hole because she lost her job. It's a joke. I think at the end of the day, if you have family and comes to surviving, just like whatever gets it through. You could say like, Brett's the a-hole, he should support the family. But that could also be like, but the dad's the a-hole because he's not making enough money, he's forcing his kid to. But that could also be like, the mom's the a-hole because why can't she just look for another
so,
job?
you know, they're all a-holes.
So it's like, there's no right or wrong in this sense. It's just family needs to survive and they need to find a way together.
Yeah,
in a
together,
way where no
yeah.
one ends up
Blaming each other.
being like,
You're the a-hole for not being able to get me.
I will tell you one thing though. If Brett does give up his passion without the family having a proper conversation about it, he might end up growing up resenting his parents for it.
Yeah, so who's
You
the
don't
a-hole
want
now?
that.
Danger zone, guys.
Alright, next one. I'm reading it because you read the last two. Eddie gets really bad performancing. Dude, what? Why are these all so true, man?
So close to home.
Eddie gets really bad performancing Saturday playing in front of strangers and has broken down while playing solos before. I haven't broken down, but I have got shaky bursts so bad. Eddie's favorite violence is due to give a masterclass at the conservatory next week, and his best friend Brett doesn't want Eddie to miss this opportunity, so he signs Eddie up for the masterclass without his knowledge, knowing that Eddie would never sign himself up. When Eddie finds out that what Brett did, he gets mad at Brett. Brett reasons that he just didn't want Eddie to regret not participating in the masterclass. Who's the a-hole? These are getting harder.
Yeah, it's actually getting harder.
Yeah, I reckon Brett had
decided.
good intentions,
Okay.
but what if Eddie had some plans on that day? He can't just sign someone up
Yeah, that's
without their
true.
consent.
Yeah.
So I do think while he had good intentions, what he did was probably not the right thing. But I also think Eddie's just a freaking noob. It's like, bro, just play in the masterclass. I had freaking performance anxiety. I still sign up for every masterclass I
I
could.
still plan every workshop.
And I would just shake my bow in front of Maxim Van Grove. I did that.
Yeah.
I had a masterclass with Maxim Van Grove.
And guess what? It's worth
It
it.
was worth it because I learned a lot.
To be honest, I was leaning on Brett. Even though the intentions were good, it was not so empathetic of Eddie's situation.
Yep.
Brett should have consulted Eddie first.
Yes.
But look, here's seriously is an opportunity I can even sign up with if you can't bring yourself to do it. So if Brett just did that, it would be perfect. But Eddie is also a freaking noob. Like, dude, are you serious? Like, your favorite violinist, you're just not gonna show up because you have something else on that day, possibly, or you just don't like playing. Like,
Eddie's the noob, but Brett's the a-hole. But just a little bit of an a-hole.
they're both pretty noob and a-hole at the
Yeah.
same time.
Alright, we got 3 more scenarios. And then we got one for you, right? So stay to the end of this video. You're not off the hook.
Yeah,
right?
you guys gotta decide. Put your votes below.
Alright, Brett's a violin teacher at a music school. One day he meets the mum of a young boy who really wants to learn violin. The mum had been saving up to buy her boy a violin to start practicing on. The mum pleads with Brett to take her son in as a student at a cheaper rate because the family can't afford the pricey school fees at the moment. Brett rejects them, citing school policy that lesson fees are fixed and can't be lowered. I don't think either of them are now.
Yeah.
No one's at fault.
No one is at fault. And it's very dangerous to think someone here is at fault.
Yeah. The mum has the right to plead and ask, given
Yes.
her situation. You should fight for what you think is the best future for your kid.
Yes.
But at the same time, I think Brett has the right to not take it in at a lower rate because you don't know his situation. And also he's not
He's not the one to make the decision
Yeah.
on this. If Brett accepts, he might lose his job. Breaking a policy.
Now he can't feed his family.
Yeah, so no one's really at fault here.
Yeah.
It's more the context of the situation. The a-hole is not here, the a-hole is elsewhere.
The a-hole is the society that doesn't support the music education of young kids.
That's right! Education! We'll just skip that one. Eddie's feeling tired during orchestra rehearsal and decides to take a nap during his tacit in the third movement. Brett sees Eddie sleeping and tries waking up, saying it's rude to sleep because the conductor's still rehearsing others' parts. Eddie shrugs him off and ignores him. Seeing that his efforts are futile, Brett raises his hand and reports Eddie to the conductor. Nah, okay.
Nah, Brett's the a-hole.
Yeah, I say, press the A. Like, bro, you little shh. Like, just because you think it's rude, you're gonna throw him in the deep end.
Don't be a snitch, bro.
That's not
What a
cool.
snitch.
You're not, Brett. You're not gonna have any friends.
Sleeping during tacit doesn't affect the rest of the orchestra.
Yeah, it's like unless Eddie is doing something so terrible,
Or be snoring
Or be
and it's
snoring,
making loud
yeah,
noise. It's like, why are you reporting anywhere? Like, what incentive do you have?
because he's sleeping and I'm not sleeping.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's very clear. Brett's the asshole. It's funny because it's not just kids. It actually extends to the whole population.
Yeah,
It happens everywhere.
it's like this. Ah.
Yeah, I can feel it. I already know. It's like.
People like that. They think they're helping, but they're not. Last question, and then we have a question for you.
Yeah, that's right.
So stay watching.
Edwina found out that. Oh, here we go again. Dude, I already know. I feel like Edwina's gonna be that asshole.
Yeah,
reading
yeah.
it. Edwina found out her boyfriend's been cheating. Oh, okay, no, okay. I take that back.
Ooh.
Let me start fresh. Edwina found out that her boyfriend's been cheating on her with a violist. Feeling bitter and betrayed, she plots her revenge. When she meets her boyfriend at his house for the last time, she grabs a $10,000 violin, smashes and gets the wall in front of him. Who's the a-hole? Oh, drama. Oh.
I mean, first of all, you gotta be doing something wrong if your partner cheats on you with the violist, right?
Oh.
Just kidding, just kidding.
Just
It's a
kidding,
joke.
kidding.
We have a violist on our TSA model
Yes.
Instagram. Check out Jason. But on that note, I think I know.
I think I know too.
3, 2, 1. Edwina's a hole.
Ooh, boyfriend.
Oh, really?
But I was on the like.
Actually, they're both a-holes.
Yeah, to be honest, I think they're both stupid. Edwina's boyfriend cheated straight away. The boyfriend clearly should have known there could be repercussions.
I mean, yeah, look, there's a time and a place where you need to stand up for yourself. But I think there's a line between that and just like revenge. Have you guys seen Naruto? You know how they talk about ending the pain cycle? Because then that pain just comes on and people will just revenge each other till the end of the day. It's like, she smashes $10,000 violin, he's gonna smash her $20,000 violin, she's gonna go stab his dad. It's like, it will never end.
No one's gonna have instruments. What a waste of an instrument.
I don't even think it's that good for Edwina to do that. Just my own beliefs, I guess. Like, it's usually better for your own mental health if you learn to process these emotions and forgive someone
Yes.
than to go violent.
100% yes. And the boyfriend should have thought things through
Yes?
and be like, hang on, if I'm going to cheat, do I really like Edwina, you know? I need to figure that out first. So they're
Maybe figure out the relationship, right?
first before like smashing violence, cheating on each other. Like, you're noobs because you just didn't practice enough.
If the boyfriend was practicing 40 hours a day, he wouldn't have time to cheat.
Exactly.
And if Edwina was practicing 40 hours a day, she wouldn't have a boyfriend anyway. So none of this would
What
have happened.
happened? So this is crap. You're noobs.
Practice 40 hours a day.
Yeah.
Alright, it's time for you guys. Audience interaction. You don't just get to passively watch our videos.
You got the answer below in the comments.
Here's the situation. You are watching Two Step Violin right now. I don't know, on your laptop or on the TV screen or on your little smartphone. You watched this video, maybe had a little chuckle. It was entertained for a little bit. And you look down and you realize, I'm not subscribed to Two Step Violin. They put in all this effort making free video content. And you can't at least press the subscribe button and press the like button and share this video with your friends. Who is the a-hole?
Who's the a-hole? Huh? The more likes, the less a-holes there are. The more subscribers, the less a-holes there are.
Alright, that's the end of the video. See you guys next time.